This prison doesn't offer kisses and cuddles. Sir, that's because you're in the wrong prison. You need to be in Voyia's prison, because Voyia's prison will offer hugs and cuddles and conversation, okay? And loyalty. As long as you're loyal to me. Welcome to Where the God Rots. I have absolutely no idea what this game is about, but as always, I like to go into these games very blind like I am all the time, since I don't have my freaking glasses. I lost my glasses this morning, so bear with me if I mess up. I'm also having some anxiety issues. We all have them and stuff, you know. It's just one of those days for me. So if you're new here, I hope you consider hitting the subscribe button, liking and commenting and all that good stuff that you do to videos and stuff, so I can know that you enjoyed it and if you want me to play other videos. Let's get into it. You're surrounded by darkness. It's hard to tell whether you're inside or outside. The rest of your senses are not providing any further clarity either. There's a lack of smell or sound. All you know is that you're standing somewhere in a dark place. How did you get here? Looking ahead, you see something. You walk towards it and it takes shape. Well, hello there. Look at you all tied up and looking cute. A man hangs in the air, suspended by his restrained arms. Odd metallic enclosure encapsulates his hands and feet. A mask covers half his face. He stares at you with hypnotizing yellow eyes. You're about to speak, but before you can open your mouth, words begin to form in your head. They feel foreign, as if not your own. Oh boy. I don't think I've had that ever happen to me. I don't think I ever want to. But instead, forcefully pushed into your mind from an outside source. Hello, little human. You stare at the man in disbelief. The conclusion you're coming to is so surreal. He's not one speaking, right? Who are you? Why are you in my head? Sorry about that. The mask won't allow me to speak normally, but your mind will do just fine. My name is Zeno. Well, hello, Zeno. So, I'm going to assume that the person that is speaking to me right now is the person in front of me, and not them like wanting me to do something weird to him. Where am I? You are in a universal prison. What? Why am I inside a prison? Don't worry. You're not here for any crimes. You were brought here for a certain purpose, and I'll put you back once I'm done. What do you mean I was brought here? Why? That part is a little complicated, and it would take too long to explain. Besides, you'll probably just give me one of those nonsense realistic responses and pretend you don't believe in what believe me for a while. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm a little lost in this one. I don't know where the story's going yet. What? Next question. Okay, so look, I could add something else here. What are you? Depends on who you ask. I have many names over the millennia. For the divine, I am called a black hole. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm good. For someone like you, it's easier to describe me as an anti-god. You open your mouth to say something. Next question. I wonder what happens if I click on it again. Okay. I thought he'd be like, shut up, don't talk to me no more. Why are you all chained up? Because I'm a criminal. What did you do? I killed worlds. This is the only place they could lock me up in. It was made for creatures like me. Excuse me, I messed up. Ones that aren't easy to kill. You glance at the metal contraptions holding him up. There's no way that you did all that. You're messing with me. Your little puppet here is starting to bore me. What? Got any more questions? I don't know what he's talking about the puppet thing, but all right. Don't ask anything else. Everything you just learned is borderline insane. Are you truly standing in front of someone? Stop. The disbelief person that refuses to accept a situation wildly abnormal to their pathetic little life is old and boring act. And frankly, I've been locked up here for too long to put up with it. Wow, sir. I need some water. What in the world are you talking about? I know you're not actually here with me. You're reading my words on a screen. Oh no, it's a self-aware game. I hate those. Like the games that go like digging into your computer and be like, oh yeah, I know your birthday, I know your name and all this other stuff. I got a couple of personal, well, no, I don't really. Honestly, this is actually a new piece laptop, but I mean, still, sometimes I download personal files, okay? And I don't want you to get in those. He looks at you, past the person standing before him, though its the colorless eyes, blah, past the darkness and through the concept of reality, he looks at you. So he's looking at me directly. The person in front of me is a puppet, and its purpose is to represent you. I can't read today, I'm so sorry, y'all. It's to represent you. Makes you feel more engaged with the game, is that right? It is. What do you want from me? I'm surprised you feel the need to ask. I want you to set me free. And why would I do that? Because there's only one way to finish the game. There's 12 endings? Oh Lord, let me grab the notebook. I have to keep up with these endings because I swear to you, I'd be forgetting the endings I get. And all of them require you to free me. I'll give you the one right now if you do it. I know you want it. I'm gonna set him free. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna set him free. Loud clicks and clack echo through the empty space around you. You expect it to come from the restraints on his limbs, but once they stop, the only thing that falls off is the mask. Zeno grins. Undo. All at once, his restraints snap open. His hands on his feet in a crouching position before quickly straightening. It was a pleasure doing business with you, mortal. Pray that we don't have to meet again. He holds up an empty hand. Here's your ending. It was that easy, huh? Okay, I got an ending. I have to mark it down when I get an ending. I got an ending, so, I guess this is one of them. Let's go back in. All right. We're back in. And I won't do it. Don't do it. Playing hard to get, are we? All right. I'll entertain you for a while longer. Okay, so now we get to the fun stuff, I suppose. What if I never let you go? I'm going to go from top to bottom just because, it makes it easier because you know what you clicked on, you know what you already haven't clicked on. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to go from top to bottom. Sorry, I had to go and do something real quick. But yeah, I'm going to go from top to bottom. What if I never let you go? And leave the game unfinished without getting a single ending? What would be the point of that? Leave the game. Okay, so when I clicked leave the game, it actually legit left the game. Of course it did, but I thought it wouldn't leave the game because I'm stupid. But anyways, let's go ahead and go to I want more than an ending screen. Fair enough. What else do you want then? What else can you offer? Excuse me. Oh God, I was gonna sneeze again. Oh lordy, lordy. This cold is kicking my butt, y'all. I'm so sorry. Some of these choice games are romantic, right? Do you want a kiss as a reward once you free me? I'm just gonna say I'm gonna save it. Well, it's fine. Okay, so it's no fun if you just do it to get out. You want the whole love story? I'm flattered, but I doubt we can have much of one in this dark void, with me all chained up. Besides, romancing me would be a pretty depressing. Oh God. Why? How so? Black holes normally can't leave permanent imprints on people. Not unless you're a god or another black hole. We live to create chaos, and that chaos is eased by the divine. So most people I meet will forget I ever exist. Does that mean I forget you once the game has ended? Your puppet will. But since the game itself doesn't break any of the world's rules, you, the player, won't forget. Either way, there's no time for or a point to dating me right now. Do you want a kiss or not? Sure. A kiss will. Sure. Loud clicks and clacks echo through the empty space around you. You thought it'd be coming from the restraints. Okay, so we already read this part. Zeno grins. Undo. All the restraints snap and fall to the ground all at once. He lands on his feet in a crouching position and quickly straightens. Aren't you sweet? You should learn to be a little more greedier though. So I didn't ask for a kiss this time, so who knows? Maybe you could have gotten more than a kiss with enough persuasion. He gives you a wink. Oh well, not this time though. It's better if you never have to deal with me again. Not this time. Okay, so we got another ending. Let me go ahead and write it down. Because man, oh man. This is going to be tough. 12 endings. I got it. This time, I'm going to get a kissy kiss from him. The kiss will have to do for now. Setting you free. Loud clicks and clacks echo. His restraints on his limp fall. I mean, the mask on his face, falls off first. Come closer. I won't have much time once the rest of the restraints are off. He'll know I'm free. He? The warden, scary guy. You don't want to meet him. You step closer. He mumbles something, but you're unable to make out what exactly. What did you say? Nothing important. Just kiss me. It's probably too much to ask this guy for it, please. You lean forward, cupping both his cheeks. I don't know what cheeks you're talking about, man, but I'm probably, knowing me, it won't be his face. He leans in as well until your lips meet. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze like every 5 seconds. It's because it's cold. He tastes oddly pleasant, like a dish you've tasted that you've tasted at some point and forgot about. He never tries to pull away. You're the one who do it once you're satisfied. And when you do, he tries to lean forward and follow after you, but the restraints don't allow him to get far. You sure are eager for a man, non-romanceable character, for me. Your remark gets a chuckle out of him. Hey, it's been decades since the last time I got any kind of physical contact. This prison doesn't offer kisses and cuddles. Sir, that's because you're in the wrong prison. You need to be in Voyia's prison, because Voyia's prison will offer hugs and cuddles and conversation, okay? And loyalty. As long as you're loyal to me. I wouldn't say you deserve them. Why did you give me one then? I didn't give it, I took it. He snorts. Undo. The restraints come undone. He lands on his feet, a crouching position, quickly straightens. You take a step back to give him his space, but you don't get far. An arm suddenly wraps around your waist, pulling you towards him again. Would you mind taking another? Okay, fine. You're kind of greedy. Oh, wrong person. You're kind of greedy, but I'll allow it. He looks satisfied with the response. Now that has your permission, Lino brings his face close to yours again. He lingers inches from your mouth for a moment. When he does kiss you, it's hungrier than the first. He knows that it'll also be the last, so he's making the best of it. It doesn't last long though. Wow. I'm just shocked that he actually really wanted to kiss me. There's a hint of nervousness in his eyes once he pulls away. His eyes dart around, but when they meet yours, he cheekily smiles back. It was nice to meet you, human, but it's time that I left. Until we meet again. Will we? Fate can be funny like that. He gives you a little salute. There's another ending. We're going back in. So I went back in just so I can get the one was enough. Let's go. Huh? Was the first one bad? Maybe I've grown rusty. He lets you go and steps away. Then I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for freeing one of the worst criminals in the universe for a price of one kiss. I hope it was worth it. Okay, so we got another of the same ending. It was that easy, huh? Okay, so we're back on this screen. Right here. I wanted to, before I click back on the I want more than just an ending, I want to click on this and see what it says. Your cockiness might Your cockiness might convince me to drop the game though. Yeah, perhaps. But then a different player who finds me endearing will show up. They will free me and get the ending. You won't. And I'll get what I want either way. You're so sure of yourself. What if nobody does? I'm familiar enough with human nature to know enough of you would do it. Oh God. I mean, of course we would. You're kind of cute. You're curious. You want to finish the game. And you want to treat me like a real criminal. After all, this is a game. And you're certain it don't exist and none of your actions have any consequences. Am I right? You seem to really dislike humans. If you take... I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, he really dislikes humans a lot. If I'm to take you seriously, you're likely to attack my planet after me or someone else sets you free. Are you starting to get worried? Fortunate for you, I swore a long time ago I wouldn't touch Earth anymore. And I keep my promises. Not anymore? You mean you've done it in the past? I'm not going to talk about that. If you hate me, feel free to go, mortal. Okay, so, I don't know what to do here. I stopped because I was thinking, what should I do? So, free him, I guess? Click clacks. Restraints on, he thought it was a restraints on his limits. His mouth, he grins and do. Restraints. What's this? Don't like my attitude and yet you didn't want someone else to set me free? I'm simply competitive, okay? He chuckles. Sure, if you say so. I'll be taking my leave now. Hope you enjoy your well-deserved ending. Okay, so we got another one. From annoying jerk to you. Okay, so I'm back on the I want more than just the ending screen. We already read through this. So I'm gonna say no, I don't want to kiss. No? How about hitting me then? What? I don't know. Maybe you have some pent-up anger and frustration, or you can't stand me. Or maybe you feel the need to punish a big bad criminal like myself. Whichever it is, you can hit me. But You'll have to set me free in return. I really don't want to hit him, but I'm going to hit him anyway. Not because I want to. You step closer. He stares at you expectantly, as if you were waiting for his check at a restaurant, not a punch to the face. Oh my God. I don't want to do this. You clench your hand into a fist, draw it back, and aim for his left eye. You make no sound upon contact. Jesus. So he's just taking it. That's crazy. The only sign of impact to his face is scrunches up for a moment. Okay, so technically he is like making some, like, I thought he was gonna nonchalant let me hit him, which we all know when a man can take a hit like that, it is hot. If anything, like if my child has taught me anything, a guy that just takes a hit and then looks you in the face, it's so hot. But that doesn't mean you should go around hitting people, okay? Don't go hitting men, okay? The next hit goes to the stomach. His eyes widen. No grunts or yelps, only silence. You continue to punch different parts of his body. At one point, you switch to kicking. You must really have some pent-up frustration and anger, ma'am. How we go from kissing this guy to beating the crap out of him? Zeno never tells you to stop, but you do eventually. You put your full force into those hits. You're tired by the time it's over. Despite this, there isn't a single bruise on him, no scratches, no swelling, nothing. His expression remains neutral as well. He doesn't look angry, hurt, or sad. Was it fun? Sadly. My body doesn't bruise, so you can't really see any damage on me. But hey, it hurt plenty. Now he'll free me. Okay. Don't hit me back, okay? You know, you said that you wouldn't hit me back, so you can't hit me back, okay? Them's the rules, and you can't break the rules, okay? How do I know you won't try to hurt me back after I set you free? I didn't even read that far. That's the funny part. I just read, how do you know? And I just wanted to let it be known that you can't hit me back. Hurt you? I don't have time to come and find wherever on earth you are right now. The most I could do is give you a little spook. But that's not gonna help, excuse me. That's gonna help the warden find me. So it's not worth it. What if you try to find me later? Maybe, if you really wanted me to. His eyes narrow wickedly in a hidden smile. What do you mean by that, sir? Like, I got a little worried at first, but then I thought, like, you find me, was that a turn on to you? Something is telling you those hits you just landed didn't meet their extended purpose. Set him free. Loud clicks and echoes the space around you. You thought the restraints on his limbs fell, but they were on his face. Zeno grins. Undo. All four restraints snap in to the ground all at once and lands on his feet in a crouching position and quickly straightens. He takes a step towards you. You take a step back. Scared, are we? Do you think I was lying? You know, I am the one who told you to hit me. His arms shoot out and grasp yours. If anything, I appreciate it. It's been ages since I felt anything. You struggle out of his grip. He makes no attempt to keep his hold on you. He's toying with you. Hope you had fun wrecking me, you sadistic little bee. Oh, well, okay. Well, I guess I'm a bad person now. So I'm gonna hit this one right here. I'm not doing that either, you weirdo. Not your thing then? Okay. Then I have another option. I'll give you a charm. A cheat word, if you will. A cheat word? The jerk who helped me get you here to set up a lot of conditions. Excuse me. I was gonna sneeze again. Oh my god, I wish my nose wasn't so itchy. It's been itchy for days. It's only fair that that I inconvenience him a little in return. So, if you're ever in a tight spot because of some colorless butthole, type the word mini, excuse me. I was gonna sneeze. Oh God, bless you. Thank you. Consider it a present for me and you. Interesting. Care to tell me more about this person? I'd rather not. Just let me go. I give you an extra thing you asked for. Set him free. Loud clicks. Mask falls off. He grins. Undo. Falls into a crouching position. Thanks. It was nice meeting you. Hopefully for the last time for your sake. Okay, we got another ending. Okay, so we're gonna go do these options. I went back through to what if I never let you go and made sure I got all of those. So I'm gonna go through these ones now. What if I refuse to let you destroy any more worlds? Trying to play the hero, are we? That's very sweet of you, but I'll still get out sooner or later now that I have the game set up. And since you're no divinity, you have no say in it. I could, oh God. I could try to, wait, there was something like purple that popped up there. You're free to try, but I wouldn't be here if I was easy to kill. I have the power to free you. I'm guessing not just anybody can do that. How do you know I don't have the power to do more? For a moment, you see genuine doubt and worry in Xeno's eyes. You begin to move towards him. He watches closely as you lift your hands to his neck. It's not going to work. He says that, yet the worry in his eyes flicker into fear. His skin isn't cold to the touch like you expected. He feels very much alive. You can even see his breath he's taking as his chest moves up and down. Your grin tightens, blah. I'm the one that's grinning. I have to say his grin tightens. After staying still the entire time, Xeno finally begins to struggle. He tries to jerk away from your grasp, but being suspended in the air, he doesn't accomplish much. Let go. You're going to regret this if you don't. You keep your grip on him. The fear gets mixed with anger. Did you not freaking hear me? I swear I'll wreck you when I'm out of here. I'll rip you to pieces. I was going for a higher pitch, but it didn't. So I'm not going to stop. Well, let's stop. No, I'm going to keep going. Keep squeezing. You ignore his threats and focus on his neck instead. I'm not going to die. Tighter. It's useless. You're just digging your own grave. And tighter. Get your freaking hands off of me. I can't breathe. His green face turns a darker shade of blue. His eyes have gone wide. Oh no, this isn't me. I was happy with the romance and now I went from beating this man to murdering him. No. No words, foreign words up here in your head. You don't stop until a good while after his body is slumped down, unmoving. Then you step away. Oh God. Close the game. Run, you little coward. But there won't be anywhere to run when I get my hands on you. Does that count as an ending? I don't think that actually counts as an ending because I didn't get like a little screen, but I will mark it just because. I'm worried that might be an ending. Sorry, let's go. So I'm gonna stop this time. Discouraged by his threats, you let go of his neck and step back. Xeno's anger doesn't die out. Now that his fear has vanished, his rage flares up like a hungry fire. Let me out of here. Press the freaking button. You're going to kill me if I do. Oh God, wrong person. Meet your damn purpose, you insect. What are you doing? Don't you dare. Oh. I'll find you, just you wait. I don't know if that counts as an ending, like those little shutdowns or whatever, but I'm gonna mark them too just in case. I'm trying to get 12 of them. I have 6 of them so far. Let's go. Maybe there's a hidden button. Let's go here to maybe it's a hidden button. But he wouldn't do that. I don't know who you're talking about, but if there's an option, I'll find it. You notice a twitch of his left eye. He must be getting, you must be getting on his nerves, excuse me. Why don't you use it then? There is no button MC, so main character, but you can give him a few extra years in prison. Oh my God, I don't want to do that. Is there really not a hidden button? What? The calm expression he's been wearing until now shudders. His eyes lighten up with pure fury. Oh God, sorry, I'm scratching my nose. I guess I'll take what I can get. So long, butthole. Come back. Don't you dare leave me here. Zero, you freaking piece of crap. I'll show both of you and this human what hell feels like. I'm not spending another second in this GD rat hole. There's cracks in his anger, and within them, you see desperation. Are you listening? Let me out. Oh my God, my voice is cracking so bad. I'm not staying here. I'll go insane for good. That freaking thing, it's going to leave the game. And the game closed. Perfect. Okay, so I'm back at this screen. Why would someone as powerful as you even need my help? I think is the next one I need to go to. I don't think the other ones had anything else in them. They only had like one option, so there's no reason to go back down that one. Excuse me, 1 second. I had to burp and I didn't want to burp in you guys' ear. I hope you didn't hear it. Excuse me. Even an anti-god has limits. This prison was made to contain beings like me. They say it's impossible to get out, but I'm obviously not gonna let it stop me. You need my help of you need the help of a tiny little human like me, excuse me. His eyes narrow and smiles hidden beneath the mask. Your contribution is small, only the final step of it. All you're doing is telling the game to free me, so that everything would be done according to the rules and my escape wouldn't be undone by the divine. Anybody could give you that command. Don't give yourself much more credit than you deserve. That was very mean. In that case, why should I bother? Sounds like you don't need me. Hey now, don't be like that. Did I upset you? Somehow you can tell he doesn't care whether he did. You just can't help but be condescending, can you? Even if my role is small, you'll be stuck here if I don't do it, won't you? Alright. I'm kind of being a jerk. I've been locked here with nothing but the darkness for decades. Kind of forgot how to be polite. And you want me to believe you? You're suddenly sorry after giving a lecture about how insignificant I am? Fair enough. What do you want me to do to be forgiven? Do you have cake? I would like cake. Cake is awesome. And for you to set me free. Sorry, I didn't finish reading it. I want a favor. He raises his eyebrow. What kind of favor? One I can ask you for at any time in the future. Oh, hey. What makes you so certain you'll see me again? This is an option in the game, excuse me. That means you won't be the last time I see you. Besides, You're not very useful all tied up like that anyway. Funny. Alright, I'll accept. If you set me free, I promise to grant you one favor that you can use at any point when you meet again. Sure, set him free. Click clacks, his mask falls off, he grins, undo. He lands on his feet in crouching position. In that case, I'll see you around, human. You better take full advantage of this deal. A favor? I got another ending. Let's go. So that's 7. So I'm going to pick the bottom one now. Then why don't you have whoever else is helping you escape press the button? Because he doesn't want to. He sent you instead. And you're belittling me. Please. You say that you're powerful and scary. Oh, wrong person. I thought this was him talking. Sorry, I had to look back for a second. You say that you're powerful and scary, yet you got yourself caught, thrown in here, needing someone else who could find a way to get you out. And now you're dependent on whether or not I or someone similar to me will press the one button? If I were in your position, I'd learn to be a little more nicer. Your words don't seem to faze him much. Huh. Touchy. Alright, I'll be honest with you. Right now I'm kind of pissed because the person who sent you here is toying with me. So, I've been taking it out on you. At least you're hearing something useful from him, though it's also concerning. Who even is this person? Another anti-god. Oh, so you're not the only one. Huh. Why do I feel like there's going to be second parts to this? He promised to get me out. In exchange, I agreed to play with this dumb game with you. He didn't want to tell me what it was, though. Excuse me. You agreed out of desperation? If you knew what this place is like, you would too. And you don't know what this anti-god wants with me? I don't. All he told me was not to kill you once you let me go. You frown. Would you have done that otherwise? Only if you pissed me off enough to warrant it. Okay. So the choking part. Was that enough to get you to murder me? You decide to ignore it for now. There's something more concerning to focus on after all. Do you know how I can meet this other anti-god? I don't, but I doubt it matters. You'll probably meet him soon if he's so concerned about keeping you alive. What's his name? Zero. And he's not going to be mad if you told me all of this? Who knows? I won't really matter if you set me free. Well, we set him free. Clats. His mask falls off. He grins, undo, lands in a crouching position, and but quickly straightens. Thanks. And good luck dealing with that beaster. If you thought I was annoying, you have no idea what's coming for you. Zero. There's another ending. Okay, back on this screen again. I feel like we got everything, and what if I never let you go? Maybe not everything, but we'll go back into it eventually. I will free you, but I want to know more about you first. What for? I'm simply curious. It's not every day you meet someone who can be, rival gods. If you're new here and you're looking for perfection, you're on the wrong channel. Your words amuse him. Don't admire me, human. Power is cold and lonely, especially when you have too much of it. I'd give it all up if I could. Why can't you? It's complicated. The oversimplified version would be that I became this way because of will, and now my existence depends on creating chaos. But that means that you regret what you did? The things that got you locked up in here? Not really, but I do regret doing something different. Excuse me. Bless me. But I do regret not doing something different when I still had the option. Ask him to elaborate. I have a proposition. How about you tell me your story? In exchange, I'll set you free. You want to hear it that bad? I do. Fine. I guess that's fair deal. Anything to get out of this place, everything. Just don't use this to justify your actions to treat me like some poor, misunderstood baby. I don't like that crap. I'll do my best. There's a pause as he takes his time to gather his thoughts and decided where to start. You watch his expression shift. It's hard to tell what he's feeling when he starts talking. Oh, we get a little backstory on him. Oh, please stop sneezing. You'll probably find it funny and hypocritical, but I used to be a human. Came from the place you did. When I was a kid, my father abandoned me. I was left in my mother's care, who was unstable. She was needy, erratic, and abusive. One moment, she would smile. Blah, 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 blah. I'm messed up already. Caressed me and praised me. I have to say cares me, Jesus. Caressed me and praised me. The next, she'd scream at me and lock me in the basement for days on end with little to no food. Other times, trigger warning. I'm sorry. This might be like really, really sad. I don't know if this is really sad, but it's sounding really sad. Trigger warning for like sadness and maybe like bad stuff happening. Other times, she just beat me. That was better than the basement. At least I didn't need to sleep on the floor. But it was really nothing special. Thousands, if not millions of kids have to live life similar to this way I did. It's really not worthy of more than just a poor thing before moving on. You want to argue with him, but he doesn't give you a chance. He tells you the next is far more shocking. What he tells you next is far more shocking, Besides, I killed my mother when I was 14. Definitely trigger warning. How did that happen? I won't say it was an accident, but I'd rather take responsibility. I'm still the one who did it. I'm not gonna go into details about it though. Alright, I won't force you. I ended up in a foster home and obviously didn't get adopted, being an old and having a terrible history. So I have a question. I don't know anything about adoption. If something like that happened, let's say you were a young boy and it was self-defense, do they have to tell the parents that that's what you did? Like, hey, just to let you know, I truly apologize. My mic, I unplugged the mic and now I'm fixing it now. So I do truly apologize. But yeah, I was saying, do they have to, if you come from like a bad background like that, do they have to necessarily tell the people that that's what you did? I do feel like it is important for the people to know that that's what you did, but I also feel like it hinders you from getting adopted as well. So if it was like a self-defense case and the kid's not a little psychopath, is it worth telling? Personally, I do feel like it is worth telling. I'm just asking because I would feel like if they notice that you're not getting adopted, they would probably try to hide that story from people. My living condition didn't exactly improve either. I got to learn firsthand how little the world cares about the weak and helpless. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with you. It's how Earth was built. The weak suffer and the strong thrive. If anyone is to blame, it would be those who made it this way. But I'm getting distracted. To continue, my life didn't improve much after I turned 18. With a background like that, you don't have a lot of options. Becoming a criminal or homeless are your main options. Unless you're getting lucky. I chose the first. Okay, I have to say, look at my screen froze for a second. I don't really have many happy memories when it comes to being a human. I think the ones that stuck out with me most were the terrible ones. I'm not trying to turn this into a sob story, so don't interpret it as such. How did you become an anti-God? I was in church one day. I can't remember why I went there. It was definitely not the place I visit often. But I remember thinking it was like, I like the paintings, excuse me. The way the humans see God, it's a comforting figure. One that's meant to give hope and guide us. Yeah. In a sense, it does guide us a little bit. I feel like we look at it more than just hope and stuff, but I'm not a super religious person. I do believe of a higher being or whatever, but I'm not like super religious, into church going like person at all. But I know there's people out there, and there's like the reason why they believe so hard in it is because it gives them hope, it gives them faith, it keeps them going every day, day by day. It's unfortunate how far they are from the truth. But that's also where I met him. If I had to explain who he is, someone who has no idea who we are, I'd call him the devil. Oh, is Zero the actual devil that's just like teaching you a lesson in a weird way? It was like the color around him were being sucked into a vacuum, like he was cut out from the old black and white movies. And something was screaming at the back of my mind that this person, this thing, shouldn't be here. It shouldn't exist. I don't think anyone else could see him. I don't know why he chose to show himself to me of all people. I thought of like 6 reasons why, but you kind of have no one and nothing. So, if you do think of him as the D-man, he's probably trying to bring you suffering, I guess, in a sense. I don't know. He noticed me staring and turned to me. I remember feeling like he came to a stop, like time came to a stop. Everything around me was black and white. I couldn't hear anything but his voice, and he said, "You need to die." Was that Zero? Yeah, that was him. Who? The player knows. So I guess he's talking about me. You must think I was some sensitive wimp. Honestly, I've been through far worse, My mom, by the pigs who looked after me after I died. I have a question, but I hope the game answers it. Like, it just popped in my head, but I'm hoping the game answers it. But for some reason, the world got stuck to my mind. The words got stuck into my mind. Jesus, they haunted me. I should have made the decision by myself before I met him. Maybe then I would have stayed dead. But I got on the roof of a 20-story building one night, but got a bottle of pills too, for extra measures. I was tired of hearing it in a loop in my head. Maybe because I knew he was right. I mean, what was I even alive for? I was just bathing in my own misery and spreading it to others out of anger and spite. I had become one of the people adding to the hideousness of this poor excuse of a world. And as I looked down at the light beneath, I realized I'd had to live in it for several more decades if I didn't do it. This is so sad. This is really sad. It's getting worse and worse. Like you said, the story gets more shocking, and it's getting worse and worse. I'm like, oh my god, you have a bad life. I'm sorry. A world where the weaker are at the mercy of the strong, where selfish people get their way, where some live in hell and others live like kings. Children scream for help as they are tortured, as they're used, people's dreams crumble, and those who see no grief won't lend a hand because it doesn't concern them, because it would disturb their peaceful little lives. It's the world that will never change because that is the pure nature of humanity. I decided I'd rather be free. I don't really remember hitting the ground. I only remember waking up and seeing a pathetic beings called God standing before me. And you know what they told me? They told me I had to leave there, that I no longer belonged there. Well, angry and stupid as I was, I tried to fight them, and obviously it was pointless. You lost? I did, and I ran away with my tail between my legs. It's been a long time since then. That was a really sad story. Anyways, that's my story. Oh boy. That was a sad story. You were the product of a broken system. Aren't most of us? I don't want sympathy. Do you perhaps hate being pitied? Probably. Well, we made a deal. You promised to set me free. All right. Set him free. Mask clicks off. Oh, it was different. It was different. The mask falls the way it was many times by now. You're familiar with those clicks it makes. But Zeno doesn't grin this time. He looks tired. The command leaves his lips and faint mutters, undo. This is so sad. He still lands on his feet, but he takes a little bit longer to stand up straight. His movements are sluggish. That's curious. You've never seen him tired before. At least you kept your word. He turns away from you. Stop him. Before he can leave, you speak up. You don't feel the same. What? When I'm talking to you, it doesn't feel the same way you describe Zero. He scoffs. Are you trying to comfort me? But I'm no different. I'm also something that shouldn't exist. Maybe on Earth, but what about the universe itself? I don't think you're pointless. Aren't you smart? Think what you want of me. I have to go. We can't have the warden find us because we spent too long chatting. Right. Goodbye then. A small smile returns to his face. Goodbye. Oh, and don't let him toy with you too much. I don't like when he gets his way, excuse me. Something that shouldn't exist. So I guess that was him before he, took his own self. So I came back here. You're just continuing the cycle of evil, excuse me. I was just say you're just a cycle of evil, but I'm so all over the place. So now you destroy worlds and have nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you just because of a tragic past. I think you forget the part where I don't have a choice. I thought you didn't want to make excuses. I mean, you're seriously making excuses right now. I'm not. You're partially right, but I don't just do this because. He shakes his head. Forget it. We made a deal. You promised to set me free. All right. Free him. The mask falls off. Familiar face middle. He's blah, blah, blah. He mutters. Faint lips. Undo. He lands on his feet. He's a little sluggish. That's curious. You've never seen him so tired before. At least you kept your word. He turns away from you. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna mark that down, but I don't think that was an ending. But let's go back in. So we're back at this screen. We asked for the favor already. Let's make him grovel at our feet this time. Is that what you're into? Do you want me to set you free or not? Alright. Let's say I agree to grovel. How am I meant to do this all tied up? Undo his bindings. Zeno's eyes wide as all 4 of his bindings open, releasing his limbs and sending him crashing into the floor. The only thing that stays on is his mask. He sits up and touches his face to find that it is still in place. When he looks at you again, he no longer looks amused. How did you do that? The same way I've been doing everything. I just pressed a button. He takes a step towards him. It's like you said. I'm disconnected. I'm somewhere. Excuse me. I'm disconnected. I'm somewhere far away or whatever. Happens to here doesn't affect me. Oh, it's pretty easy for me to leave you trapped and gone with my life. Unless you convince me not to. Zeno holds his gaze, eyes narrow and brow furrowed. Alright then, human. Have it your way. Look at him. That is so sad. This is not me. I'm not a dommy, okay? That's just not something I'm into. He gets on all 4 and bows his head until he nearly touches the ground. I'm sorry for mocking you. Please set me free. What's so special about that mask? Seems like it's the main thing keeping you here. I'm powerless if I can't use my voice. So, that means there's no way. You laugh. So when you have that mask on, you're no different from me in terms of power. He goes silent, his head still bowed so you can't see the expression. Oh no. Are you going to set me free or not? So we have, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Tell him to beg some more. Oh, look. I can't do this. This is so sad. His hands grab your leg with such speed that it makes you jump. You expected him to attempt to harm you, but when he looks up, it's a mixture of anger and despair swirled in his eyes. You don't know what it's like to be locked in here. The time that you're all alone with the darkness are blessings. If you're not alone, that means that he is here. He? The warden. Images flash through your mind. They do not show anything particular, bits and pieces of things that you might have seen at some point. They all have one thing in common. They make you feel uneasy, like something awful is about to happen. Like you need to run. Let me out, I am begging you. I don't want to wait for another player. He's probably on his way right now. You undid my bindings. He tugs at your clothes. Please. I could just leave the game. That's so messed up. I'm gonna set him free. You feel a sense of urgency. You don't know exactly what is coming. You just know you don't want to be here when it arrives. And you're not cruel enough to leave Zero to deal with this after he did what you asked. This is so sad. After a loud click, the mask falls off his face. His hands find his cheeks. He rubs his face in disbelief and pushes him into a standing position. Despair before it's gone. All that's left now is anger and hatred. Consider yourself lucky I don't have time to stick around and show you what hell looks like. But don't worry. I'll make sure your pathetic little life on Earth will take a turn for the worse soon enough. You don't get to bring me to the point of despair and get away with it. I'm gonna slowly back away. Despair. So somewhere, you said there's 12 endings, right? So if there's gotta be 2 more somewhere, we're gonna have to find them. So we're gonna tell him to beg some more? No, we're gonna set him free. Set him free. Feel a sense of urgency. You don't know what is coming. You just know that you don't want to be here when it arrives. You're not cruel enough to leave Zeno here after he did what you asked. After a loud click, the mask falls off. His hands on his cheek, he rubs his face in disbelief, then pushes himself into a standing position. The despair there that was gone, and now it's hatred and anger. Consider yourself lucky. I'm trying to see if there's anything different here. No, it's just a despair ending. Okay, we're back here at the ask him to elaborate, but we're gonna ask if he'll continue this once he's free. Will you continue to destroy worlds? I have to. It's part of my nature as a black hole. Wherever I go, I cause chaos. You've been through many endings by now. You've talked to him many times. There's no indication that he may be aware of this, but you notice the difference. Up till now, his eyes have been defiant, amused, and angry. Now he simply looked tired. But hey, why should you care? It's just a game. What if I care about the well-being of people? The well-being going. Jesus, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, the well-beings of people within the game universe. Oh, please. You've already set me free a dozen times. This is your last one. Don't try to play the self-righteous role. So you do remember the other routes you've gone through, Jesus. The other routes you've gone through? Yeah, I remember. How? The barriers between worlds and timelines are easy to cross for my kind. I think it's time for another save. Okay. Is there a way to return a black hole back to normal? Does this mean you've never actually freed from this place? I don't know which one to pick. Is there a way to turn a black hole back to normal? This takes him by surprise. Not as far as I'm aware. Are you sure? Have you searched everywhere? I've seen many places and spoken to many beings. No one has ever heard of the way to reverse it. It's never been done before. But more importantly, why are you asking this? I don't think it's fair that you're being forced to do terrible things, and then you get imprisoned by them. It's not right. So you want to help me? That's cute. But I don't really see what you could do. I see plenty of things that we can personally do, but I feel like he has to stop on his own. Even if there was a way, I doubt it's accessible for a human. I'm not an ordinary human anymore, though. I'm one who met... Oh, that's me. I'm not an ordinary human anymore, though. I'm the one you met and released a black hole from a prison that was meant to be unescapable. Jesus. Have you become proud of the abilities your little game button's giving you? Fine. I won't try to talk you out of it. I know the chances are small, but I want to I'm messing up today. I'm so sorry. But I want to look for a way. And what did I do to deserve such dedication out of nowhere? It's not just you, is it? Judging from what you told me, there are others like you, and there could be more in the future. I want to help. Bummer. I was hoping you'd say I've charmed you. Get over yourself, that too. Why did it keep making me save? Let me save again. Okay, so that too. I'm going to say that too. Oh, you agree. Good. Perhaps when we meet again, you'll be more respectful instead of treating me like I'm beneath you. Or by then, I would have forgotten who you are. That's fine. I'll make sure to remind you. Free him. The mask clicks and falls off. He opens his mouth then closes it. You expected him to say say the command that releases his limbs, but he hesitates for a reason. Aren't you going to get out of those? What's your name? Like my actual name? Because it's Voyia. Why should I tell you now that I... Why should I tell you now if you'll forget me anyway? He smirks. I never forget names. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. It's Voyia. Wait, I hit enter. Okay. Voyia, you better not forget me either. You're gonna be on my YouTube channel, buddy. I can't forget you. Undo. The restraints snap open and he is free once again. Instead of turning and leaving as usual, he looks at you sheepishly while scratching the back of his head. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was gonna say. This is an annoying feeling. Maybe I should forget you after all. You raise an eyebrow and he finally turns away. He looks embarrassed, which is unusual. You're not sure what caused it. Goodbye, Voyia. He will remember. Okay, that's 11. That's 11. We're going back in. So I went back in and I went and clicked the other option, but the other option ended the exact same way, which it gave me ending 11. So I'm going to choose this option now. Does this mean that you'll never actually... Oh, wait, no. It was this one. It was this one. No, it was this one. Does it mean you'll never actually be free from this place? The other versions of me are. I'm simply the last one left. So, whether current me is going to be free, it depends on you. That sounds a little complicated. What will you do as soon as you're free? Sleep. You need sleep? I can't die of exhaustion, and my body doesn't technically need it, but my mind does get tired. So you have a place to go to? A home? I suppose you could call it that. Where is it? It's hidden. Only I can get there. It's the one place where you can, where they can't catch me. Do you miss it? Definitely. It's not dark and empty, and it's not a constantly hanging in the air. What's it like then? I ask a lot of questions. My puppet asks a lot of questions, not me. I'd have been like, you know what? As long as you have some place to stay and go, and you don't need a place to stay, I'm just happy that you get out of here, and would have left by now. Comfortable, colorful. Too bad there's no... I'm gonna sneeze. Too bad there's no pesky little human to ask a million questions to. I wouldn't mind visiting. Oh? When did we become so close? Are you going to exchange friendship bracelets next? You roll your eyes. You're the one who said that you wanted me here. I said a human. Never said it had to be you. You get the feeling he's messing with you more than usual. I thought you couldn't stand humans. I can't stand you right now. Oh, excuse me, wrong person. I can't stand you right now. That means I could keep one as a pet if I felt like it. Maybe I shouldn't free you this time. No, come on. I already gave you the information. I'm not dancing again. How much... How much of your other routes do you remember? Everything that ended with you setting me free. So the one in which I made you grovel? Yes, I remember that. Why? Are you worried? How come you're not mad? You didn't do it to me. You did it to a different version of me, so why should I be? I mean, that makes no sense. Yeah, it's kind of supposed to be like that. You get used to it when you're an anti-god. But you're acting differently from the other routes. Well, this is the last conversation I'll have with you before I'm gone for good. Oh, now this feels bad now. I mean, I know he doesn't care. He's all nonchalant, but still, I feel bad. I'll leave the anger to the guy who actually suffered through that. I didn't know you could actually you could get actually attached to a lowly human of all things. Because of this game, you're going to be one of the very few people who forget who I am. That's a bad thing, because Zero sets you up for this, because that doesn't mean I don't want to enjoy things for a little longer. Before he gets to you, at least. Oh. Well, At least I know my human, my puppet, I guess, likes him. Me, I'm on the in-between. Like, I like him, but I don't like his cockiness. So it's like, you're cute, but you probably get left here messing with me. Are you worried about me? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You snort. You be careful too. When you get out of here, or else I would have put up with you and your free and freed you for nothing. That is so sweet. The mask comes off, familiar again appears. Thanks. Undo. Off comes the restraints as well. He sets his hand on his hips after straightening himself. The smile hasn't left his face. Before I go, there's one more thing. Tell me your name, and you better not write something like Poop Master 69 or my... Do you see the word? I'm trying to have a moment over here. And we type our name in again. Of course. It's Voyia. Alright. I'll see you next time then, Voyia. Next time. Okay. That's 12. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to go back and I'm going to see if there are 12 endings there, because I've wrote down absolutely every ending possible. So then that would make 12 if I got them all. So I went through again to see if there was something that I didn't click on. If I missed something, I guess I didn't. I wrote down every one of them, so I got all endings. So yay. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. I personally feel like it's more endings than just 12, because the abruptive close off endings with no backgrounds, like when we punched him and when we left him in there, I do feel like those also count as endings as well. So technically there's more endings than just that one, but thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. When I went and looked some stuff up, apparently like a couple of people were saying that they're gonna make another part to this. If they do, I will play the other ones, but I had so much fun. I'm sorry that my anxiety and this cold is kicking my butt, so it's making me read a little differently. My anxiety always kicking my butt, okay? And the sneezy sniffles, I do apologize. I will cut most of that out of here so you guys don't have to see it, but I appreciate every last one of you guys that made it to the end. I will see all you guys in the next episode of anything that I upload, because I'm still uploading Ghostwire Tokyo, and I'm still uploading The Walking Dead. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Peace and love.